The halls of the stadium are filled with dust and debris from the recent crash, mixing this with the smell of day-old soy dogs. The distant echo of sirens from the outside is faint, but inside things are too quiet. So we have to make our way into the trophy room and collect the trophies.
Watch out. There are people in the reports being attacked.
Fragging jammers. Jane, can you see this? They don't seem too happy to see us.
Signal is... I'm trying... compensate. Something's not... yet.
Drek, Jane, if you can hear me, we'll go in now. Hey, you, move away! This is a dock wagon rescue operation in progress.
The voice... it says you cannot be. It says...
Keep walking, Drekhead, or you'll be sorry.
No! No! You must not exist!
Alrighty, so we got a couple of bad guys here. I've played this map many times. It's really pretty easy for me, but we will go through and get every little nook and cranny that we can. You know, whenever it comes to these situations, I always find it's better to attack the dogs first. Because the dogs are immune to tech damage, so your deckers don't do any damage via their decks. And I don't remember how magic fares on that. Yeah. I knew I was going to have to turn that down. I think that should do it. Hopefully. Oh, you want to know something? Since I'm already in here, let's actually turn down the music just a tad. There we go. So we have some really terrible chances to shoot. Sure, we'll go for this one. Hey, we got him. I guess here's my my one opportunity to test whether or not magic works against the dogs. I don't remember, honestly. So we'll just do a regular mana bolt. Oh, it totally works. There's another one down. Okay, so this other guy over here, he's dead. I mean, he's definitely not going to live because my decker is going to come up here. We're going to do Blackout. And this is the upgraded Blackout, Blackout 2, which instead of just affecting the one enemy or the one target, it now affects an AoE, an area of effect. Which is pretty sexy. Because now... that fool is stunned. Okay, so I really don't know what... Is that effects? Is that ambience? Is that the music? Let's test it out. How about this? Let's turn the music down. Right? And then we'll leave the ambiance there. I knew this level was going to be a problem. I definitely spoke about this mission a few missions ago, a few episodes ago. Now, if you're paying attention to the ambiance behind us, is because the dragon was just awoken in our previous mission, remember? And now it's like causing all this havoc around Boston right now, including flying over the stadium. It seems to be like somehow drawn to the stadium, and that's why. So that's why we're getting the sound effect. Now, we're going to come back to this place, to this very map, much later on in the game. The problem is that the goddamn dragon ambiance is playing over it when the dragon isn't part of the story anymore. And I've always taken issue with that. I always thought it was really stupid as fucking shit that they couldn't have gotten rid of it. Like, it seems to be built into the actual, like, background music track itself and not as, like, its own separate sound entity, I guess, if you will. Very problematic. Oh, so we're just going to be able to walk right into this. Might as well shoot the dog. I mean, fool over here stunned, so... we can take a couple of liberties here. Because we have the upper hand now. Let's just zap him. Of course we miss. That sucks. Okay. Yeah, goddamn, that is so obnoxious. We're gonna turn the music back up. Now that I know it's not caused by any of that. Is it a voice? I don't know, what is it? How do I turn it down? I want to turn down the dragon. Maybe it's the voice. Let's turn the voice down. How about that? We'll turn it down to 36. If it sounds really muffled this time, the next time, we'll know. Yeah. The power of shotguns, baby. Might as well come up here. You know what? It's not like we get experience points in this games from doing, like, actions, you know, from healing or from shooting, killing, or opening. We don't get experience points from that. We get the karma points from just completing the mission itself. This is it. My great moment. My uncle managed to get me FaceTime with one of the players. It's going to make my followers rocket sky high. Watch out, fame, here I come. Alright, well, sure the hell wasn't voice. I don't know, man. Is it effects? What are you? You know what? Instead of like, I'm gonna go back to not reading those info cards, and just keeping them on screen. I think for a second, since it's all just flavor text. Anyways, the reason why I was making such a big deal about not getting experience points from doing actions was the simple fact that I was sitting there debating upon who should kill the little goon that was over here. Can we hit him? What? Die. And it didn't really make a difference who killed him, because you don't get experience points from doing those actions, man. This is cooldown, so we might as well just... So no matter what we do here, we're going to end up hitting our own guy. Because if you notice, my main character here, Mr. Blamco Mac, he's highlighted green. Oh, game, just work with me, please. It can't be master. It just can't be. It's just like it's hard-coded in. It's none of these. It's so mind-boggling. I just want to turn down the fucking dragon. God damn it. Please, I want to, like, stop having this sound like shit in this video. I should just hurry up and complete this mission then. That's what I'll do. So, you know, even though having the little Renraku intruder is a nice thing because essentially it gives you another character to play around with, they do kind of suck. Although I will say they have become heavily nerfed since this game's release. Because they used to be like an actual viable class, and it's pretty much not that way anymore. Although you can say that, you know, having your actual, whatchamacallem, the actual rigger here, because you could do other things. You could do rig into drone, which improves its everything, pretty much. So if we did Mana Ball, we could totally hit both of them. And one of them's all jazzed out of their mind. So we faux show want to get rid of that one. To be completely honest, I should have probably actually used him first. Just simply to mark her. 40% chance to hit, 25% chance to crit, and a +2/+4 movement range. Very interesting, right? Oh, damn. That was totally a crit there. I mean, I might as well just come over here and slash her. I don't want to really waste my turn reloading. Okay, so we just have a regular old gather point over here. And then if memory serves correctly, I think there's a lockpick point over here. So I think we shall move Mr. Batshit Crazy. Nope, it's hacking point. So we can actually move the Renraku up. They make an excellent scout. As you can tell, like, I can already have a chance of actually hitting some of these other enemies. Exposing them before they have a chance of ambushing me. So my dilemma is my hacker is left, and he's my, the one person that isn't going to be able to damage this dog. So that's the problem. That's the problem with having him. And we really can't do anything else here. Except maybe get a little bit closer. The other nice thing about having the rigger and having the little Renraku out is, well, I mean, they basically become like a bullet sponge. Man, I'm telling you, this katana here is so efficient. It's ridiculous. I couldn't believe how important it is. Or just how prominent its role has been in this mission. Kind of makes me feel stupid for ever questioning doing some kind of melee skill. Yeah. Yeah, I know, I could have used an actual, like, armor skill. I think what I should do here is move you up. And then we're gonna data spike the crazed security guard woman over here. Oh, and by the way, if you couldn't tell by the other dwarven, midget-looking male generic enemy type, this is the other one. This is the female variant. Some kind of like very light-skinned, kind of orcish-looking character. I don't know, it's just a shame. I really wish that this game had a little bit more polish to it. I totally did not intend to actually move her all the way up there. I thought I was actually controlling the Renraku. Whatever, you know what? It's fine. You know what? We'll actually run over here and examine this little info cube. And since we're not in range to do any melee, we might as well just straight up reload. Because all my other people got this. Let us say... One goddamn hit point left. Well, we're gonna rush in here and actually get our hacking collect node. So elemental essence is basically just magical defense armor. Okay, so now we got these, the actual lockers over here. And I know there's an organ harvesting point somewhere in here. You know, something else I should have done a long time ago. In melee range, Okay. Oop. Cancel. Oh, stop. This one. There we go. Okay, so we just repaired its armor. Unfortunately, it didn't repair its actual hit points. That's kind of a bummer. I remember there being another info cube around here. Oh, there it is. It's over here in the... It's over here in the shitters. Some more cyberware. I mean, it's always good because it's going to provide us with some more money. So this is about Andy Belmont. So all the conversation from Mr. Doc Belmont asking me to find his nephew. That's what those are. I was like, who the hell is this Andy person? Like, why is this a thing right now? Okay, so when you get up to this point here, there's this interactable thing. You always want to press it. Always, always, always.
More below. Multiple life signs. On your position. Gate to hold. Off.
And basically what'll end up happening, that's like a scripted event. If you just move past it, it's gonna be, this room will fill up with like, there's like 4 or 5 bad guys, the little midget types. And if you don't like cordon them off, they all rush you, and then it's a good chance that you're gonna get a party wipe. Okay, so I know there's a couple other gather nodes up here. We got one for a hacker, but we're gonna have a whole bunch of new enemies going to be coming our way here very shortly. We want to move you. You know what I need to do here? Is I need to actually just straight up use Thunderbolts. I need to use her to rig into the drone here. So I can make it like move something crazy. Let us take the map. See, and it's got a much, much further move radius. Okay, Mr. Mage Man, a lot of bad guys. Like, I don't even have a line of sight on anybody, so I think let's do let's give myself some armor. I feel like I'm the most exposed. Mr. Hacker, oh, look at that. See, this is why you want a hacker on your team, or a decker if you really want to be canon specific. So there's our guys. There's our mans. Yeah, we probably should kill them. We need to actually sit back and destroy these little dwarf guys, because they're gonna like pretty much hit this thing. This thing is worth how many hit points? God damn it. 210 hit points. This is like the perfect time to use your blast, by the way, because they're gonna end up rushing this gate and start blasting it. Yeah, and guess what? Your blast is going to blast them, so start actually doing a little bit of damage here. God damn it. You bastard. So we could tag an enemy, but I don't really want to do that. The rigging into the drone thing is just so good. Oh yes. Booyah! Well, there goes the drone. Oh my god, they're getting all drugged out of their mind. Pretty much means that our rigger is completely useless at this point. So we don't really have to worry about this threat right now. Let's do blast. Yeah. Wow. I fucking straight up cleared that room. That was impressive. I totally was not expecting that. So at this point, you don't want to open this door. You pretty much, like, you can talk to this or examine this little info cube over here, but you should concentrate on killing the rest of these guys before you proceed. I would recommend not going into this door and instead just having your little troop advancing all the way over here, because there's like another little gather point here, one of the generic ones. And it connects to the same room. Trophy room's right up here. So unfortunately, our rigger can't do shit. Not a thing. So she's good for basically either hacking or the demolish gathering skills. But we could also potentially, you know, just tag our enemies. So that's also a thing. She is good for that. In that rare time when your decker misses. I already need that reload. It's quite unfortunate. There we go. That's what I was hoping for when I initially tried it. So I think what I'll end up having to do is maybe splitting off like one person to examine this info cube, just for completeness' sake. Instead of actually doing the one that's standing right here, we're going to do one of the ones in the back. Because if it actually hits, which it did, as you can see, it not only did it do the damage, but it actually marked him, and that's what I was saying. In the rare instance, your useless rigger that doesn't have a drone anymore, she does that one thing. She can mark enemies. I'd personally like to get rid of the ones in the back first. Wow, that actually did damage to him. Oh my... Oh, you want to... Wait. No, it didn't do any damage to him. So why did he take damage? Oh, you want to know why? It's because he was drugged. That's right, because he took kamikaze. And if I'm not mistaken, kamikaze basically makes you take more damage. You do more damage, but you also take more damage. And at the end of it, you take a couple points of damage. Unless, of course, I've been taking kamikaze, and I'm just drugged out of my mind. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. Alright, let's rotate the camera. Trying to get our little Goonie squad up as far as possible. Nice. So we do have the monsters over here that we could be engaging. See, the problem is that if I don't open this door, I can actually see one of them. Can you see this? So we might as well try to black out him. And I'm actually going to put it, like, if you guys can see the edge of it, because I know that there's going to be some other human people in here, or humanoids. We got the crit there. Really nice. Pretty dead sexy. Since she's useless, I'm just actually going to move her over a little bit, and I don't know if we can actually mark the dogs. Let's actually give it a shot. Yeah. All right, Mr. Batshit, we're going to move you back, of course. Mana Bolt. I love it when there's a bottleneck. So is that actually going to hit this other person? All right, so instead of doing that, can we No, don't reload, you bastard. I mean, I don't even have to open this door. Because we can just data spike right through it. And then you're just going to end your turn. Because you're worthless. Yeah, we'll see about that. Booyah! Let's see here. A mage. I guess we could... So unfortunately, I can't actually cast armor through the walls on anybody else. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. The reason why is because we can use Miss Rigger here to mark this person, and then guaranteed hit here from the data spike, which will do lethal damage, of course. So it looks like Andy Belmont there went a little bonkers.
Confirmed. Other. Great. Finally, I have the right frequency. You're doing good. Grab the last one. Okay, let's hope I won't lose you again. You need to get back quickly. I have a bad feeling about this.
Alright, so basically what we have to do is fight our way back. There's just nothing extravagant about it. There's going to be new enemies. It was pretty obvious that it was going to happen. when the camera actually directed us back to the starting point, which is now the end point, I really wish that it would have snapped the camera back to wherever, like, you know, the main character was, you know, the main protagonist, the one that I made. That would have been really convenient. Okay, so we already got somebody out there taking drugs. We'll just use her as basically like a burnt offering. We'll use her as a scout. Put her behind some nice cover. There we go, we can see one of them. So we're gonna mark the first guy here. See, look at this, my Decker. I can totally see these guys. Like, all I get is if my blackout was just a little bit bigger, we could hit both of them. So instead of doing that, can we, I guess, move up to here, say? Oh, so far away. Start packing again. He does have full hit points. We can move Mr. Rigger out of the way and then mark this guy. And then move in Mr. Blamco Shotgun Mac. Booyah. Mr. Mage. Oh, we don't even have sight on these guys, do we? Oh, wow, I totally screwed myself. Mang! That's terrible. Terrible! That was such unnecessary damage. What's up, fool? You want to get in my face? It is kind of an awkward transition, going from a Decker that can basically hit anything, anywhere. As long as it's basically, the Decker has squad sight. It's got like an innate XCOM ability, squad sight. That if my other people can see these people, my Decker can see them too. My Decker is going to automatically have a chance to hit them. You go from that, from, you know, having a mage that requires line of sight. And I'm not complaining about the line of sight. It totally makes sense. Alright, we're gonna move up and reload here. Again, it's not really a relay race of who can kill them for the experience points. It's just a matter of killing them and being done with the mission. So we got one person left. I could have swore there was actual dogs on the way back. But I guess that's maybe one of the many things that I'm misremembering. Yeah, there's your line of sight, bitch. Like, to some extent, I really wish that tactical RPGs such as this where you find yourself in a situation where we have completed all mission objectives, we've killed all of the monsters, we've interacted with all of the stuff, and the only thing we have to do now is just spend the monotonous turns moving our characters across the board all the way to this this one arbitrary set piece area to get out of here. You want to know what they should do is they should really adopt what the Total War games do at the end of their battles, is, you know, give the player an option to either end the mission there or continue until they actually have all their people here manually. Because this would be like one of those point in times where I'd like to just skip it because there's just nothing else for me to do here. I could imagine that if you were one of the types of players that, like, you know, was afraid of killing the last monster and therefore ending the map and didn't allow you to go back and, like, you know, continue to explore or gather items, I can understand that being the case, but that's not my case here. I just want the option to be done with the mission. Because I'm done. There's no reason for me to do this. It's just a waste of time.
What the frag just went down in there?
No idea, but no way these were just random looters.
And the entire area is still being jammed. I'm redlining my deck to push this and barely getting through to you.
What now?
You need to scram. Join us in the node so we can have a quick chat.
And because these submissions, like, basically function mechanically like any other mission, when we get done, we talk to Smedley, and he'll give us our reward. And yes, there will be, like, a grand total reward at the end of the entire, like, umbrella mission itself.
Good, you made it. We were getting worried when Jane could not reach you.
It was a bit crazy in there.
I am concerned for your welfare. Jane tells me the comm links of several people outside the stadium just blinked out. It may be a result of the jamming, but it may be something else.
Like what?
They may be dead. Be careful. Best not to be noticed out there right now.
Will do.
So there we go. We got 13 karma. I think we should probably pump it into double barrel here. 100% extra damage. Essentially meaning we're doing double damage. Hell yeah. And it's making me really start to consider going down blades, because it seems really ridiculous. Although, I mean, like, between the two, from the last time I remember looking at it, I think that the blunts, some of the other skills related to the tree, they're just a little bit more attractive in my opinion for what I'm trying to accomplish here. The hit points, this really right here, yeah, the extra hit points, and then you get the magic armor too, which is ridiculous. Although I have to say that there's not, I don't remember if late game there were a lot of magic enemies, or if there were tech enemies. I know that there's like one type of armor in this game that barely ever gets touched because there's just not a lot of enemies that use it. I don't remember if it's magic or if it's tech. So this may actually be worth it, or it may be just basically useless. I don't know. That's something I'm going to have to investigate a little bit before I actually go down either tree, because I'm still not convinced that I want to actually branch off into something. And I don't want to wait until the last second either, you know, like when we're too far into the campaign. Wine, wine, wine.